Candidate Ron DeSantis, well, the president had this to say about the upcoming elections and so much more. Let's take a look.
Democrats want to raise your taxes. They want to destroy your jobs. They want to crush our industries with crippling regulations. Republicans want strong borders and no crime. Democrats want open borders, which equals massive crime. And on top of that, the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, the whole group, Maxine, she likes me a lot. She likes me a lot. They've launched outrageous attacks on our incredible law enforcement officers and on ICE and our Border Patrol. Can you believe it? People that keep us safe. Their new platform, what they want to do, the Democrat Party, they want to abolish ICE. In other words, they want to let MS-13 rule our country. That's not going to happen. In some states, Democrats are even trying to give illegal immigrants the right to vote. They want to give them the right to vote. If you want safety, if you want borders, if you want to have a country, then you need to go out and vote Republican.
So tonight, while President Trump slammed rightly Democrats, many in the crowd actually called out the abusively biased press in this country. In fact, many Floridians in attendance let CNN's Jim Acosta know exactly what they thought about his network's partisan, abusively biased coverage. Take a look.
The White House has held only 3 briefings for the press this month and 8 total since the end of May. There is no other way to describe what the White House is doing these days. Wolf, top officials, including the president, are hiding from the press. And Wolf, just to give you a sense as to what's happening right now, you can hear there is a chorus of boos and other chants from this Trump crowd here in Tampa, Florida. They're saying things like CNN sucks, go home, and fake news. Wolf, obviously, all of those things are false. We're staying right here. We're going to do our job and report on this rally to all of our viewers here tonight. Wolf.
Jim, they're not wrong. It's not false. You're probably watching because you don't watch your own network. I'm going to actually give your network some advice. If you have an open mind and an open heart, maybe a little humility. The people of this country, they're screaming at you for a reason. They don't like your unfair, abusively biased treatment of the President of the United States. Now, if you want to earn the respect of all Americans, not the coastal elites in California, LA, San Francisco, DC, and New York, maybe try reporting the entire story. Maybe try getting rid of the bias. Maybe examine, why are people saying this to us? In other words, coverage like this from the White House correspondent at CNN, this is why they're doing it. Take a look.
I'm going to move on. David, go ahead.
The president's tone
Jim,
towards the press.
Thank you.
The president's tone towards the press obviously is not helpful at times, and I think that that's plain to see. There are some fears up on Capitol Hill, and we understand some in the White House, that a Democratic wave is coming. It could sweep the Republicans out of power in the House, and that could potentially lead to impeachment proceedings that the Democrats could bring forward. What is the president's thinking on that? What is your thinking on that? You understand how
Andrew?
The law could be different than border security, Sarah. Border security can mean drones, it can mean agents, it could mean more fencing. It doesn't necessarily mean a physical.
And that's part of the
wall.
negotiation that we expect Congress to have.
But you understand Democrats are saying that they may not be in favor of this kind of deal. That they say thanks, but no thanks for a wall.
Jim, I'm not negotiating with you. I'm going to let Congress take care of that.
What we're witnessing right now is just this erosion of our freedoms in terms of covering the President of the United States. I think that there are moments when this president is just really sensitive to criticism, and he lashes out in this fashion. That is just a strange and unpresidential thing to do, to be throwing rolls of paper towels at people.
The last 3 news conferences, Wolf, all of the questions to the American news media have been handled by conservative press. And I think, Wolf, there's no other way to describe it, but the fix is in.
The Statue of Liberty has always been
let me ask you a question.
Of hope to the world, for people to send
do you believe
people to this country, and they're not always going to speak English, Stephen. They're not
do you
always
believe
going to be highly skilled. They're not always going to be.
Jim, I appreciate your speech.
I think we saw the president's true colors today, and I'm not sure they were red, white, and blue.
Not red, white, and blue. Jim Acosta, that's called opinion. And you're extremely rude. Oh, and a liberal partisan hack. That's why Americans don't trust you or fake news CNN. You pretend to be fair and unbiased journalists. You're not. You're not reporting facts. You're giving your opinion. You're an opinion channel. Every minute of every day, every week, 24/7, hate Trump. And it's pretty obvious, and the people see it. So instead of maybe doubling down on your anti-Trump rage, maybe look inward. Maybe find your zen. Maybe find your inner peace. Analyze objectively the overwhelming, nonstop, hysterical coverage against the president. In other words, maybe you'll have better luck getting an interview if you start being a little fair. Maybe, just maybe, you'll take my advice. I tend to doubt it. We do have a recent study. Fox News, that's right, this channel, not fake news CNN, is among the most trusted brands in TV news. Now, sadly, I doubt CNN is going to take my advice. So while CNN continues to trash the president hour after hour, minute after minute, day after day, many on the left, other never-Trumpers are engaging in rhetoric that is even worse, literally bottom of the barrel. Now, this week on Twitter, one congressional candidate from Oregon used one of the single most vulgar terms to describe the First Lady of the United States. Imagine the outrage if a Republican candidate ever said the same thing about the former First Lady, Michelle Obama. The outrage from these very same people would be nonstop. But the media has largely ignored this story. Still, some Republicans are calling for Twitter to ban this deranged Trump hater from their social media platform. We're not going to hold our breath. But with 98 short days until these important midterms, each night on this program, we will do something that your mainstream media will not do. We'll actually show you the very worst rhetoric coming out of the Democratic Party. It happens every single election cycle. They will call Republicans racist, sexist, misogynist, xenophobic, homophobic, Islamophobic, who want dirty air, dirty water. They want to throw Granny over the cliff and kill children. And just like the attacks on Melania Trump, there is only one way to counter the deranged left wing in this country. If you care about your rights, if you care about this country, if you care about the president's successful agenda, you better get your ass and go vote in November, because the future of the country does depend on it. Democrats have their post-election agenda in place. If they win in 98 days, you see on the screen what they will do.
Thank you. God bless you. And God bless America.